Jenn Johnson, a journey of faith, worship, and supernatural encounters. Welcome to Rwandified Testimonies, a channel dedicated to sharing powerful stories of hope, healing, and redemption through Jesus Christ. Our mission is to save souls and bring deliverance by showcasing real-life testimonies that inspire. When I went to Christian Life Assembly in Rwanda, the singer Maya Nzeyimana, who sang a song called Goodness of God, so I used Shazam to know the song, artist, then discovered that it is Jenn Johnson. From that, I knew Bethel music, which became my favorite of all the time among others. Her songs help me in my prayers, help me in churches, when I'm going to different provinces of Rwanda, and help me to be closer to God. Jenn Johnson and Brian Johnson has been a blessing to me and to my relationship with God. That's why today I chose to use my small channel and my simple voice to explore the life of worship, faith, and lifestyle of this extraordinary person. Today, we're diving deep into the extraordinary journey of Jenn Johnson, a worship leader, songwriter, and co-founder of Bethel Music, whose life has been marked by miraculous encounters, profound faith, and songs that have touched millions of hearts worldwide. Born on March 27, 1982 in Redding, California, Jenn Johnson's story begins in the heart of a community that would become synonymous with supernatural Christianity. At just 18 years old, she stepped into worship leadership at Bethel Church alongside her husband Brian Johnson, a decision that would shape not only her life, but the lives of millions around the world. In 2001, Jenn co-founded Bethel Music with a unique vision to support musicians within their local church context, reducing the pressure of constant touring and recording away from home. This wasn't just about business, it was about maintaining the pastoral heart of ministry while still reaching the world with worship music. Jenn Johnson's Testimonies. If you've ever wondered whether miracles still happen today, Jenn Johnson's testimonies might challenge your perspective. She has witnessed phenomena that sound like they belong in biblical accounts rather than contemporary church services. Picture this: you're in a worship service, when suddenly gold dust begins falling from nowhere. Not once, not twice, but multiple times. Jenn has witnessed this unexplainable phenomenon during worship at Bethel Church, describing it as just one of many crazy things she's experienced in her years of ministry. But perhaps even more remarkable was what she calls misty rain appearing indoors without absolutely any discernible source. As someone with an analytical mind, Jenn could have dismissed these finds or searched for rational explanations. Instead, she chose to embrace them as manifestations of God's presence. Worship as lifestyle. For most people, worship means singing songs on Sunday morning. For Jenn Johnson, worship is something completely different. It's a complete lifestyle that encompasses every moment of every day. Drawing from Old Testament understanding, Jenn points out that biblical words for praise are action-oriented. Bowing, kneeling, kissing, and dancing wildly, these aren't just emotional expressions, but physical acts of surrender and reverence. True worship, she teaches, requires active participation and complete surrender to God. She emphasizes that worship involves daily obedience, sacrifice, and intentionality in all aspects of life. Whether it's how you manage your home, care for your health, or nurture your relationships, these become acts of worship when done with intentionality and surrender to God. She shares how she learned that God desires relationship over ritual, intimacy over performance. In one transformative encounter, while feeling frustrated and busy, she chose to worship with an open heart. This moment taught her that worship isn't about perfect circumstances or feelings, it's about choosing connection with God regardless of our emotional state. Family and divine calling. Jenn and Brian Johnson have 5 children, 3 biological and 2 adopted. But their adoption story isn't typical. It's a testament to supernatural guidance that reveals how God can direct the most intimate decisions of our lives. When Jenn and Brian thought their family was complete, they experienced what they describe as a supernatural calling to adopt. They felt God offering them a gift, 2 sons, Ryder Moses and Malachi. This wasn't a gradual decision or humanitarian impulse. It was a divine invitation that came with unmistakable clarity. The confirmation came through prayer and family consensus. Even their existing children were part of the process, showing how God can use entire families to discern His will. For Jenn, this experience reinforced her belief in God's active involvement in every aspect of life and the importance of saying yes to divine invitations, even when they challenge our plans. The adoption brought not just new family members, but emotional and spiritual transformation for everyone involved. It demonstrated how obedience to God's calling can lead to blessings we never could have imagined or orchestrated ourselves. Jenn often shares how her children have taught her from a different perspective. Watching them grow and develop has deepened her understanding of God as Father and has influenced her worship and songwriting in profound ways. Songwriting from the heart. Some of today's most powerful worship songs were born from Jenn Johnson's most challenging moments. Her approach to songwriting isn't about crafting commercial hits, it's about authentic expression that emerges from real-life experiences with God. You're Going to Be Okay was written during one of the most difficult seasons of her life, when her husband Brian experienced a nervous breakdown. Instead of hiding from the pain or pretending everything was fine, Jenn channeled her faith and hope into lyrics that would eventually encourage countless others facing similar struggles. Goodness of God, which won Song of the Year at the Dove Awards in 2023, emerged from a place of pure gratitude for God's faithfulness. This song has become a global anthem, sung in churches across continents, because it captures a universal truth about God's character that resonates regardless of cultural background. Her songwriting process often begins with seeking inspiration directly from God, especially during challenging seasons. She approaches creativity as a form of worship itself, believing that God can speak through melodies and lyrics in ways that touch hearts more deeply than sermons or teachings alone. Impact and legacy. Today, Jenn Johnson's influence extends far beyond Bethel Church in Redding, California. Her music reaches millions globally, her leadership development impacts emerging worship leaders, and her life coaching empowers women across various backgrounds and circumstances. Perhaps most importantly, Jenn is investing in the next generation of worship leaders and believers. Through Bethel Music, her coaching practice, and her speaking ministry, she's equipping others to embrace both the supernatural aspects of faith and the practical disciplines that sustain long-term spiritual growth. Jenn Johnson's journey reminds us that faith isn't meant to be ordinary or predictable. When we remain open to God's supernatural power while maintaining authentic relationships and practical obedience, our lives can become testimonies that inspire others to believe for the impossible. If you found this testimony inspiring, please share it with others. And don't forget to subscribe to Rwandified Testimonies for more stories of hope, healing, and redemption through Jesus Christ. Sharing these stories is our way of joining in the mission of helping others reach the fruit of God's love. With your support, we can keep the light of hope shining bright in the world.